Good morning, it's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to pull some cards and share some guidance for this weekend. That's Saturday the 20th and Sunday the 21st of April 2024. So before I start, I want to send out a big extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons for April, my Pillar of Light members, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. I'm coming to you live now from Tasmania, Australia, where it is Saturday the 20th of April here, and it's 10:07 a.m. So welcome. If you're new to watching, what I'll be doing today is using my Oracle cards here. I've got two decks that I created that I've combined. That's the Animal Kingdom Oracle cards and my Speed of Light Oracle cards. So we've got 110 cards here to play with and to find the best couple of cards for the weekend. So I will be using this deck to find the best card for Saturday, the best card for Sunday, and then the best card for those 2 days for the weekend as the theme, or to help us see the bigger picture for Saturday and Sunday. I'm not pulling cards for individuals. This is general guidance for everyone. So I trust you've been led here for a reason, and I trust that something shared supports you at this time. So take on board what does feel right, what does resonate, and fits into your life easily, and the other things, just let it go. And let's see what happens. So welcome, and thank you for joining me today. Hi, Matt. Welcome. Hello to you and your family. So let's get started. I'm looking for the best card for Saturday, the 20th of April. So the best card that the majority of us need, I trust will find its way to the top of the deck based on the way I choose my cards. So the best card for the majority of us for Saturday, the 20th of April, 2024 is, let's go with this card. It's an Animal Kingdom, and it's the Kangaroo, card 10, and it says to leap over the obstacle. So there is movement in this card as it reminds us to try not to make obstacles in our life mountains. Some obstacles feel mountainous, but sometimes we blow the anthill out of proportion and it feels like a mountain to us because of whatever we're doing to blow it out of proportion. So let's make sure on Saturday that we're not blowing our obstacles out of proportion, and that we're not let's do our best to perceive it for how it really is and not make it too personal as we are trying to figure things out as we're moving forward in our life. So there is a suggestion from this card that the obstacles may not be as big as what we think, and that this card's suggesting that we can find a way through or over this or these particular obstacles that we're facing now. The challenges, how can we work our way through? Sometimes too there is this feeling with the kangaroo of us sort of weaving our way through the obstacles. So if some things are big that we're dealing with now, the reality of them is big and challenging, is there a way we can navigate our way around rather than be stopped by this boulder or stopped by this mountain or whatever this obstacle is? So obstacles do tend to stop us. They stop us. Sometimes it can feel like they've sort of been thrown down on our path, and we're sort of walking along, minding our own business, and then suddenly this big boulder drops down on our path in front of us. And then, okay, what do we do? Well, first of all, we probably stop, and we're probably stunned, or we probably have a bit of a reaction like, okay, what's this about? And then hopefully once things settle, hopefully we'll work our way around that and be adaptable as we sort of weave in and out of these obstacles and these boulders that might feel like they're being thrown down on our path at the moment. So the kangaroo is showing us there is a way through, And I think it's also helpful for us perhaps to remember that it's natural to feel a bit shocked and stunned at first, And then once things settle and we kind of see it for how perhaps it really is, we can maybe step to the side and move around this obstacle. So, let's sort of move with the way things are going. And it does feel to be at the moment, our path might feel like it's not really that straight. It sort of feels like we're sort of going from side to side on our path, maybe taking a bit of a zigzag path at the moment. And it can feel like that's not really that efficient as well, because we're not sort of taking the straight line through. So it can feel perhaps a bit like we're going back and forward on something, or we can feel like we're going the long way around at this time. And this is especially the case if we're feeling a bit overwhelmed perhaps, or concerned about the obstacles that are sort of coming down at us. The kangaroo is about movement in our life as well. So as long as we keep moving, this is the thing. So yes, of course, it's probably going to stop us for a little bit. We sort of come back to centre, come into perspective of things, and then we keep going. So let's not let the obstacles, unless it's a big, huge one that we've then got to adjust our life around. If it's a big change, then that's a bit different. But if it's just a general kind of thing that's going on in our life, we might need to find a way through. So this is very much about movement. It's very much about moving through the obstacles and finding a way to carve that path out that's perhaps not straight right now. So if we try and sort of tunnel through the boulder that's right there, it's going to be really probably quite difficult to dig through or tunnel through this boulder. It might be easier just to take a side step and then keep going. So that's the feeling with the kangaroo today, and I trust that supports you for Saturday. So welcome. Hi Mercer. Hi Judy. Hi Aletha. Welcome. So I'm looking now for the best card for Sunday, the 21st of April. So the best card for Sunday for the majority of us. Hi Max. Welcome. The best card for Sunday, the 21st of April, for the majority of us is, let's go with this card for Sunday. It's another Animal Kingdom, and it's a featured timing card. I'm really not surprised this one's come up. It has further instructions here which say to take the fourth card from the top of the deck. So I'm going down to deck card 4, which is another Animal Kingdom. And we have the fox. I had a feeling the fox was coming up because I was already talking in the fox language. So this is interesting. Okay, we've got these two cards I've come up together for a reason for Sunday. So I'm going to look at them separately first, and then we'll look at their relationship together. This is card 55. It's called Stellar Cycle, and it talks about 1 year. So we're looking at the cycle of the stars, basically. So if it's your birthday today or around this time period, a couple of days either side of the 21st of April, then this is probably especially important for you. But also it suggests that a lot of us, and I talked about this in the last video on Thursday a lot of us are perhaps considering the long term and what we're going to do over this next year or longer, or what our kind of plan. We might be working towards a longer term vision, like I talked about in the last video. And this is very much highlighting this in regards to from a timing perspective. So this is talking about a 1 year, or the long term. So from about now until about April 2025. What are we thinking about? What do we want to implement? What are our plans? We might be saying a lot at the moment that we might be saving towards something we're going to do in about a year. It might not be exactly a year. It could be, say, 9 months. It could be the next couple of years. We're looking really at the long term. And we might be really looking at or thinking about or talking about saving towards something that's a longer term vision or a longer term goal. It could be a holiday. It could be a break. It could be something a goal that we want to set ourselves. Like I talked about a lot in the last video. So it comes up with this card, which is the Fox, card 8. And it says, to find a way. So this is especially talking about finding a way to carve out this new path for ourselves. This is especially important for those of us paving the way for our future, especially in the long term, so for the next sort of 9+ months away, and what we want to do in the years to follow. And we might be really seriously thinking at the moment, these last couple of days and over this weekend, about how we can make this happen. Now, carving out a new path for ourselves suggests that whatever we're considering, seriously considering, we haven't done before, because, or maybe we haven't done it for a long time, but it's quite likely we haven't done it before, because it feels like a new path that we want to carve out of the sort of unknown territory. Unknown territory are places we haven't been before, to explore or to go on adventure or to try something new, to set that new goal, to go on an adventure. So there's a determination with this particular card. It's like a mental determination. There's this feeling that the universe has our back, so we can trust that we have the support we need to carve out this path for ourselves, that we are actually ready. There might be smaller parts of ourselves that are wanting to vomit all over this potential new path that we're thinking of doing and probably quite possibly going to do, that we're actually perhaps 99% sure we're going to give this a try. And there might be a lower self, that smaller self that's trying to stop us. So it seems too at the moment that there might be a bit of fear or resistance or even some doubt in ourselves, almost like there's a lower part of ourselves trying to talk us out of something that's potentially good for us. So that's something to keep in mind at the moment, because that little voice seems to be quite loud at times. So this is showing that there's something higher and bigger that's going on, that's louder and more important than that small voice that's trying to talk us out of something. So let's trust in the bigger picture as we make plans and refine our ideas as we move towards our longer term vision and our longer term goal. So there are our cards for Sunday. So thank you so much. Welcome, Christine. I don't do personal readings here, but I trust that something shared supports you. So I'm going to pull a theme card in just a moment, but before I do, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment, please share if you're inspired to. And if you'd prefer to connect more privately, then please send us a message through our website. If you'd like to learn more about my cards here that I've used and created, that's the Speed of Light Oracle or my Animal Kingdom Oracle cards. You can learn more about them on my website at templeofbalance.com.au. I've got my card reading club coming up on Thursday the 2nd of May, and my next online art class coming up on Friday the 3rd of May. So if you'd like to join me for either or any or both of those, then please have a look on my website as well. And if you enjoy my videos and you'd like to support my work so I can continue to be here and do these types of things, then please consider supporting my work. Please visit templeofbalance.com.au and see if there's anything that speaks to you. Your support is essential. You know, I don't have sponsors. I'm here because of your support. So if you haven't supported before or you haven't supported for a while, then please consider supporting my work. It really helps me and I'm really grateful. So thank you. So now let's look for the best theme cards for the weekend. So I'm asking the cards to show us, or where I want to find the best card for the theme for Saturday the 20th and Sunday the 21st of April 2024. So the theme card will help bring these days together and help us see the bigger picture for this weekend. So there's definitely path stuff, you know, like path, direction, that kind of thing is coming up with the fox and the kangaroo, and even the stellar cycle. You know, we're looking at our longer term, and the kangaroos just jump back out. Anyway, I'm finding the best theme card, and sometimes it's not quick. And the best theme card for the majority of us for this weekend is this. And it's another Animal Kingdom. We've had all Animal Kingdoms, which hasn't happened for a very long time. Yes, we have the stallion. And this is again reinforcing that same energy. This is card 1, the stallion. It says untie yourself. So card 1 always brings in new beginnings. So there's something new, something that wants to start, something we're getting into the pipeline perhaps to consider for the future. There is a sense here of our wild spirit wants to be set free. So there might be a part of us that feels tamed or confined or restricted or locked down, pinned down in our life, held back. And there's a part of us that wants to be free now and wants to really set that wild part of ourselves free. So there might be something that we've been considering moving away from that has maybe we've moved into a new freedom that we didn't have before. Maybe some changes happened and we're free of things. Our schedules may be freed up a bit, or maybe we need to look at our schedule and free things up if things have been too much and we're too overwhelmed with all the things that we've got, that we've taken on. So looking at that and freeing up some time is probably going to be important. But this is about forging our way forward. It's very much in alignment with the kangaroo and the fox energy that's already come up for the weekend. All of these 3 cards have a movement feeling, a direction feeling, and a sense that, you know, trusting that we are on track and that we are on our path. There might be a lot of things that are going on at the moment that we're sort of juggling and that we feel doubtful about, or that we're not really sure. We're confused perhaps about some things as well. And things might not feel like they're on our path, like we're on our path. It might feel quite the opposite, actually. So in some ways, I feel these cards have come in to reassure us that we are on track, that we are moving in the right direction. And if we can navigate our way around the obstacles and not let them stop us for too long, and if we can look at the long term and set ourselves some goals and some visions for our future, something really practical and real that we can work towards or save towards or build towards, and that might be really good. If we can find a way to carve out this new path for ourselves in this territory and landscape that we've never walked before, then that is also something for us to focus on. And if we can set our wild spirit free, if we can get moving again, kind of get our engines going towards something, I feel like that will probably be really good for many of us as well, so that we're not paralysed by this boulder that's dropped down in front of us. Now what are we going to do? And then through this boulder that stops us, there's probably doubt and smallness and fear and resistance that just then showers down over us. And then we start feeling about this big. And then we start doubting our longer term vision, and we start doubting our abilities and capabilities, when we know deep down inside that we're more than capable of doing what we need to do. So let's not let ourselves be stopped by this boulder for long. Let's recenter, release if we need to, step aside and keep moving forward. And if another boulder drops down, we kind of get back into center and we take a step to the side, and we just do that as we move through and navigate our way through the obstacles right now, because it's almost like tests, that we're being tested to see if we really are ready and we really feel ourselves and believe ourselves to be capable of whatever it is that we're moving towards for our longer term future or our longer term vision. So it's natural to feel these resistances and fears, because it's calling us forward. It's calling us into territory that we've never been in before. So it's normal to feel fearful. So the question is, are we going to let the fear win out? And are we going to keep ourselves small and held back and stay in the same rubble and the same drama that we've been living with for perhaps some time? Or are we going to use this to rise up and step up and free our wild spirit and almost gallop forward like this wild stallion, galloping around the boulders and the obstacles and out into the open field and seeing what's possible out there in the big wide world. So there are certainly our tests and challenges right now, but I feel like the bigger picture is pulling us really quite strongly. So if we can keep trusting in that bigger picture, trusting in that support, trusting in our desire for whatever it is that we're moving towards, and not let the small fear, doubting parts of ourselves take over and succeed in stopping us from our larger vision. So great potential this weekend. So thank you. Thanks so much for joining me. I trust this resonates. Have a great weekend, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Take care of yourself, and goodbye for now.